we'll hit the Thursday football game. We'll tease the Saturday show.
Okay, yeah.
And, okay. Sounds all right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think we're busting right into the live, so.
Finally, Humbleites have come back to HDAD.
HDAD.
Sports.
High definition attention.
That's right, baby. We go high def all the time. Those Humbleites.
It is ADHD Sports.
With all the Humbleites.
Did not advertise
rough
it, but
day.
if you stumble upon today as we test, we're back to being live.
You going to give me a Hulk impression? Can you do that for me today?
I don't know.
All right, let's start
We
with
got
something.
MMFB back for the first time in, I don't even remember.
On a hiatus.
Yeah.
That
a
was the
heater
other thing
hiatus.
to write down. It was in my notes
Yeah.
because our listeners, they live for our stories are nonsensical. The life by 9 a.m. today being, I was thrown out of a Dollar General. I was
You
asked
came
to leave
in. You came in hot.
shirt and tie, and I speak appropriately, and so the fact that I don't struggle to communicate,
I
and
speak
then I
appropriately.
harbor on truth and facts really make people uncomfortable that are inept at their job description, and then I get asked to leave because I'm
I just walked out.
I'm better than them.
I
And
tapped out.
Yeah, Mark was like, I'm out. When we walked in because of the issue yesterday, same issue
Mark's like, no.
with sodas of all things. They're advertised on their flyer on their company, on their national ad, 3 for $13. It was $15 minus $2
You didn't
is
see in
$13.
fine print it said at participating stores, some stores may try to charge you triple the amount of.
It says if you're #humble, you need to quietly leave the building. And so they wouldn't sell it to us yesterday. Yeah, there's something wrong. It's not ringing up right.
So
right.
fix it.
Right. Well, fix it. It's on your door. It's in your flyer. I'm not making up an ad. I didn't write it in crayon on the back of a Cracker Barrel coloring pad. You know, this is your ad. No, we can't sell it. All right. Well, then you guys put those 6 cases of soda away.
And he cuts a promo.
And that was yesterday. And Mark dips. He's like, all right. Because I get my money's worth when I'm when
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming before he walked in. That's what I said.
today. That's what you said, right, Mark?
Yeah.
He gets out of the car as he's opening the door. He's like, "So you gonna hit me to what's going on in here? Like, what am I walking into?"
Yeah.
And
I was like, are we getting thrown out today? Because I already know what's going on.
I was like, "No, man, we're good. This is gonna be good." And I was wrong. So we go to the ad where you clip your coupons when you put your info in. I showed them that. It doesn't show on their side. Then I think,
Of course
man,
not.
maybe if I use your app, maybe it's through the app and not through your store because you don't know because you work here. So
That's
I'll
it.
try
You
that.
can't get mad. They just work there.
I'm the manager here. Well, perfect. Well, then you can help me with that. I put the app, I load the app, I put that information back in. Still won't ring up. Bean, it doesn't even ring up to the flyer price.
Do you think it was something that they did corporately to try to get people in the store?
Bingo. Now you have to sell by law.
Right.
Federal law, you have to sell something for the price advertised.
it's like
if-
a contract.
If you put anything in writing,
Yeah, you have to obey.
you have to obligate the price.
Right.
I was a high-end retail guy, like maybe our listeners remember, maybe they don't, but I've shaken a few hands. I managed 9 states and 160
Well, that's like
stores.
true false advertising. People complain about that. That's what that is.
If I had face plates for the Nokia and they were the Mickey Mouse face plates and they were on sale for $19.99, but they were normally $69.99, and I didn't take that ad down. I didn't
had to
take it
sell
down.
them.
I was obligated. I had to honor that because if you go into a grocery store and
Yeah,
the
Publix.
sticker says
Publix
99
will-
cents
yeah.
for ribeye steaks, they can't rip it off and say, "Oh no, that's wrong." No. You put that there. I'm buying it for that price. It's law. It's the law, not at Dollar General. Dollar General says, "Oh man, I see how it's I
Not
can
at
see how
Dollar
that you don't. I could see the confusion because it's 3 for $13, but it's not ringing up 3 for $13. So, do you want to pay the more? Do you want to pay a higher price? No, I just want to pay just the advertising price. Forget the additional discount that's also on your flyer. I'll even give you the 3 for. We can't do that. All right, so what are you gonna do with all your stuff you have hanging up? It's just not ringing up for you, right? Because my name's Murdoch, and that's how.
I heard her say that. It's just not working for you.
Right. I was like, well, then how about you make it work? And Mark leaves the building.
Yeah, I
He
dipped.
left, and then I cut a
'Cause
promo.
I already knew what was going to happen.
And
I'm like,
she's like, I understand. I was like, yeah, you don't. I said, I'm not a name tag guy, but I wear a 3-piece suit when I'm not wearing a Snoopy button-up, and I have 160 employees. So, you have to honor what your company policy is, and you're not being able to do that. You can't put in a card. You can't call somebody. You manage this place. Who do you call to ask how to ring up something that your national ad campaign put all over your store? I can't help. All right. Well, I want you to have a super day. Hey, you have a great day. You have a great day. No, I'm already having a great day, but you have a super day. Just get out. Bye. Bye. Have a super day. I won't tell you the ethnicity, but she had really dark hair and she was smaller than me.
Well, I don't think that matter. I think at the dollar place, it's.
But the bye thing is once you show them, and you
nobody likes to be wrong anymore. No one can be like, my bad, I screwed up. They screwed up.
I love ownership. I mean, I give a high five to that. Hey, man, you did your best. To manage a store, you have to be prepared to be proactive to fix an issue that your corporate has placed in front of you. You have a district manager to call. Hey, man, can you imagine I'm going to sell more than 3 of these today? So, what am I going to do? I just had this happen with a customer.
Yeah.
Nope. And that's the ineptitude that I can't stomach not being able to do your job. I really struggle with that because I run on the other side of that. #humble. My machine runs right and it's real clean. And so I get prepared for something that's going to happen. To be proactive, not reactive. I don't react to things. Surprises are for birthdays. Be a pro. Be a champ. Be ready to go to work today.
maybe it was her birthday.
Maybe she had a bunch of Similac she had to get back home because it was going to spoil. Who knows? But either way, it didn't work out. So
You gonna hit the same place on the way home and try to do it again?
I should put a fake mustache on like Valentine
Hello.
from the Mets. And good day.
Well, it's already 2 stores in 2 days. I asked him if you want to go across town and find another one.
How does it not work? I mean, my luck is if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have none. And this is it's the cost of doing business for me. A lot of cool stuff happens.
Yeah, no, it does, and a lot of uncool stuff.
But then this happens, and you have to know that there is a ratio. You're gonna stroke. I had a special cutting a promo on my son while he's eye humping him, and you don't get that video every day. That you don't encounter that in the wild every day. So when you do, you got to know the price tag for that is pretty steep, and I pay the price tag. That's what I saw a man put black fingernail polish all over his face, like he was blackface. Like, oh lordy lord, like he was going there with it.
Oh,
And I don't get to enjoy that, and then maybe take a picture. Who knows? But you don't get to enjoy that without there being a price tag, and that price tag for me was you are not paying $11 or $13.
you didn't need the soda.
Or because your knee hurts really bad right now.
Yep. No. That popped yesterday. Oh, man. Hey, man. But how are you being?
Hey, I mean,
We need to talk about
we need to get the regular
our
show
listeners
going again.
love to hear about Mark's adventures. And their adventures. On
Adventures
any
in
given
Markland,
day,
yeah.
on any given day, I expect my phone to ring with his name on the screen, and he could be anywhere doing anything. Like Seinfeld, he's Kramer. It could be anything. And I've called you, Bean, with some nonsense like, I'm in Largo and I'm buying 2.5 pallets of sea salt. You're like, what are you doing, dude? I need a U-Haul truck. I need you. I have 18 minutes to make this deal. I need you to like. All right, man. There's some random asks. It's definitely very random. But Mark, you blink your eyes and he could be in Kansas City in front of a roulette table on a heater.
Honestly, I feel like it's we're lucky to.
I was in 3 different casinos
We want to hear about
in
that trip.
2 different states within 24 hours.
He gets a handful of cash from wherever, and he's like, cool, man. I'll see you in a week. Feed the dog, and I'll holler at you. All right, bro.
And then you have to. There's got to be, since we're sports, there's got to be good odds that you worry that you're just never going to see him again. Right?
The number's high.
What did I do before I left? I'm like, in case something weird happens,
Yep.
here's everything about the house and who the house has to go to.
It's like, cool, man. We're just getting proactive.
And he's like, dude, just put that stuff away. Nothing's going to
Yeah,
happen.
Stick it over there.
It'll be fine.
But,
Be fine.
but hey, I set it up for that.
He left the driveway, driving to Kansas City. The first place he leaves, that he stops after leaving our city in Florida, is where, Bean? Where he's driving to Kansas City.
I'm going to guess St. Pete, Bradenton.
Not St. Pete, same church, different pew. Pretty
Tampa.
close. Tampa, Hard Rock. Ding, 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 ding.
I didn't even think Hard
No,
Rock.
dude, we
Hard
gotta
Rock.
we gotta get that. We gotta get that sexy machine running.
The car's got built-in GPS. It goes there.
So tell him about your Tampa, which is an hour after he left for a week-long road trip. The car surges over to the exit at Tampa.
On top of what time did we leave? 6 o'clock maybe?
Okay. So
In the
you,
evening.
so you go in there,
After being up almost all night.
and what happened?
Well, nothing really good happened at first. Knowing that you have, like you say, a nice little wad of cash there to help you out through the week.
It emphasized help you out through the week.
Yeah.
WAD.
And now all of a sudden you're down to $30. 30.
Classic Mark.
Classic.
Classic.
And then cha-ching,
listening to
cha-ching,
103.5
cha-ching, cha-ching,
Classic
cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. I'm up to $1,300. And then back down to $700. And I was like, all right, we'll take the $700 and move along. And now it's 11:30 at night. Still driving to Kansas City.
And again, remind everybody who might be new listening what you were on your road trip for.
For a dart tournament.
He's one of the top 6 billion dart players in the world.
Facts that his wife, Mark, was at one time.
Both of us, really. I mean, we're not as good
Mark's
as we were.
like the Yu Darvish of darts, Bean. He was a Cy Young winner and an MVP candidate for a long time. And now Yu is the 4th starter in San Diego and gets beat like,
Yeah, it's a gas can.
oh, man. But his wife still throws a good dart. She was the top or one of the top female shooters in the country. Facts. And so all these fellas, when you have a mixed tournament where you have to have a woman in your team, they would fist fight and arm wrestle.
They were all calling and arguing over. Yep.
You know, probably getting a. Did you ever have a team offer X dollars to have her play with them?
No, but I've had some people say that they'll cover travel expense, hotels.
Okay. So that's what they're about. Being they're on a road trip for a real tournament. I mean, they're crossing the country to go to a tournament. This thing's legit. They play all year so they can qualify for this thing. They only so many people qualify out of everybody in the country that are involved. And here they are on a trip, and Mark pulls the car over and exposes his entire stack.
Himself? Oh.
Falls off the ground and comes back up like a champ. And he's like, all right, I'm aroused. That my blood's flowing through me. let's continue the trip. So what happens from Tampa?
Well, again, like I said, driving, and my wife's like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay up with you," and I'm like, "No, go, go ahead, just go ahead and sleep." And I'm keep pushing, and I keep pushing, and I'm like, "Oh man, Atlanta's coming up. I don't want to have to drive through Atlanta at, rush hour. I'm gonna make sure I get at least to the other side," and I did. I made it all the way through, kept pushing. And finally, it's like, gotta crash for a moment. And literally, I pulled over, rest area, whatever, and probably slept maybe an hour. And then, boom, driving all day again.
Where
all
did
the
you
way.
Where did you end up when you get there? When the car finally stops and gets put in park?
Well, there's still, like I said, other casinos involved.
Yeah, where was the next place that you
The
stopped?
next place
After
it
you
was
took your
in
There's
another
St.
casino.
Louis, Missouri.
Oh, isn't there a casino there?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
And that's not the venue you're going to.
No. We still have.
Oh, you just had to check the oil at the parking lot.
And then we spent probably 6 hours there.
Oh man, you're still not at your venue that you're
No.
driving to. This is your second time exposing your stack
Yes.
in a casino.
And again, we were there, like I said, close to 6 hours. And again, at one moment, it was $0 left in my pocket. I had no.
On a road trip?
Yes.
That he has yet to get to. He has a week's worth of stack.
So a little $20 bill was found somewhere. And then that $20 bill turned into $1,700.
Bean, he's down to his last 20 that he has to find in his shoe, right?
I
That's
don't even
his
know where I
last
found
20.
it. I was like, $20, oh sweet.
His last, the 20 he didn't have.
That's
Yeah.
So
And then, of course, we ran that back down to about 600, and then we left.
this is stop number 2 on a trip to a place he has yet to get to. I want to walk that slow so the
Yeah, no,
people can
that's-
really let that settle in. It's a second casino. He doesn't have a gambling problem. So it's a second casino on
why
a
would you think
trip.
he has a gambling problem?
No, 10 to 1 says he can't quit. So you get flatlined.
Yes.
You get brought back
And we have to
flatliner
be,
style.
And we have to be in Kansas City by 7 o'clock in the morning.
to start the tournament that
Correct.
you're driving for in the
Correct.
first place.
Correct.
Okay. So from the second casino, how far are you away from the venue?
About 4.5 hours.
Okay, so you get in your vehicle, off you go. You now have a little bit more than you started with initially after being completely broke a second time.
Correct.
All
Now,
right.
Can I pause for just one quick
Please.
second?
Absolutely.
Let's rewind back to where you have you have that last 20.
Yes.
You go to try to turn that last 20 into 1,600,
Right.
but you fail spectacularly, and now you have 0. What would you do from that point in the middle of the country?
What would you have done?
Yeah.
Well, everything was already paid for anyway, so it didn't have any cost of entry fees or that. So
So
You
it was easy come, easy go. It was
correct.
just
Sure.
an etch-a-sketch,
Yeah.
Bean. It just was, it wasn't going to be there anyway. So at some point when it leaves, it was always going to leave.
yeah, it's
Okay.
Well,
okay.
that's
So you weren't stressing that.
no, not at all.
Right.
Not at all. Well, when you gamble, isn't that what it is? You always got to pretend it's gone anyways.
That's right. That's right.
So,
So you pretended it was gone.
Sure.
You resurrect yourself.
Correct.
Your Gohan.
correct.
And so now you get to the venue.
Yeah, we get to the we get to the venue because
He's
again we drove
Piccolo.
straight through. So we get to the venue right about 4 o'clock in the morning. So again, just kind of crash for an hour. or So
When does it start?
it starts at 8 o'clock, but by
In the
7,
morning.
correct. But at 7, still need to have whatever, be ready.
So you got there
Grab
3
something to
hours
eat.
before the
Correct.
And you're on a 2 casino heater
Correct.
with no sleep.
Correct.
All right. Cool. So you
So
get
my
there.
wife has to play in the morning. I do not. So she starts off. She plays. Doesn't go that great, and she's done. I think she was done probably right about 11, maybe 11:30. Again, we don't have to play our next match until I think it was 4:30. What do you want to do? We go to another casino in Kansas City.
Because you have a few hours to kill.
Got some problems.
Yeah,
my guy.
we go to Harrah's. I think there's 3 actually in Kansas City, but
And I believe to chronologize for you started with a stack,
yes,
and so let's call for a number. Let's call that stack $600 bucks,
Right.
For a hypothetical number. Then you get to first casino. You run 6 to 0, run 0 to 7, and you bounce.
yeah,
And then you go to casino 2. You run that 7 to 0, negative 20,
correct.
and then up to 1,700, and then leave with.
Oh, we left from that casino. It was again back down to like 600.
Okay.
Actually, might have even been less. It was probably maybe 400 even.
All
you
right,
know.
so now you've got 4 from the
I think
6.
it was about 400.
You got 4 from the 6. You're
Yeah.
down a third, and then you get to Harrah's now. So this
Yes.
is casino number 3.
Harris Casino.
Still within basically a 24-hour period. Yeah,
So now you're going hard in the paint a third time
correct.
because what could happen?
I don't know, but I was $40 in, and then I hit a bonus for $700 and something,
Okay, so that puts you around 11.
and then probably about 20 minutes later, boom, hit a big bonus with a major. The major was $900 and something. I think the whole payout was just a little over $1,000. Yeah,
On top of
on
the
top of what I had with
the,
the,
what we
the
just said,
7
4 plus
yep.
7. So that's you're
Yeah.
at 1,700 bucks or so.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
that-
Yep, good. We had a good time.
Well,
Now, here's the
well,
next
yeah,
thing
because-
is the extracurricular drinks involved.
All right, for $1,700.
Yeah,
All right.
it's fun.
No, that sounds fun. So you have 1,700, and
Yes.
then was it the Hangover Part 4? It
No,
was-
I don't even know how much. I mean, we left with a good chunk. I mean, I don't know what it was, but again,
you were
know,
up. You were up from the 4 that you walked in with.
absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, it was up there. So again, so it's time.
you-
It's 4:30. We have to go back. We have
Time
to go
to
back
play.
and play. Got to go play. Got to go play. So we go play, win a couple because her and we played together. It wasn't great, but again, no sleep, alcohol. All right.
It's a good combo for a
Yeah,
dart tournament
yeah,
you've been waiting a whole year
yeah.
for.
And then now it's like 7 o'clock at night. What are you going to do?
Your body shuts down.
Ching, let's go to the Argosy Casino,
Word.
the different
4th
casino.
casino.
Yep.
Jesus.
Now he's about at $1,000 now.
It was more. It was more than that.
I'm trying to be conservative. So if it was 1,200, so now
And
you
she was stroking hard. I mean, but
Giggity.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Yeah, she doesn't even remember being there.
okay. It is the Hangover Part 4.
Yeah. So I mean, and she's betting like I do,
What?
which she never ever.
No,
never.
she's a dime and a
Nev-
quarter, 50
yeah.
cents.
She's doing $5, $7.50,
Mark smashes the
$10.
$50 button, Bean.
I
He's
have.
just max, max, max,
I have
max.
a few times.
Woo! Because he runs hard. He doesn't make a $2 parlay.
Somebody goes, "You won't do that." I did it. I bet the $50, won 2,300.
So you walk in, you got a grand or so, you maybe
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Yep.
And then things get blurry. Your wife doesn't remember the evening.
And it's kind of to the point, even myself, like, I'm really done with this. So whatever. I'm like, and she's
Sounds good.
just smashing the button.
What time is this now?
Oh, I have no clue.
So you're past that point. Now
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's just
And-
all
and-
it's messy.
By all means, I was not driving. We traveled with 2 other friends to this
Okay.
one. So I was like, yeah, I was done. So I just took the wad of cash, handed it to her, and I went and sat outside.
Okay.
And then it was about 1 o'clock in the morning when they came out, and I think I had $60 left.
Okay. Okay. So now you're at $60 and you have to travel home.
Correct.
So you sleep for a little bit because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And so you find a place to crash.
Yep,
And then you wake up and you realize I got $60 in my pocket.
that is correct. But knowing already today, even if I don't even win a game, I get $300, and my wife, if she doesn't even win a game, she gets $475.
So you're a plus 700
Correct.
as far as
No
far as
matter
you see
what.
it. So you play, you don't play well, you get your money, and then you're walking out the building to call it a day, to come home.
Yep.
Did you hit did you hit a fifth casino?
We did hit a Hard Rock right before we came home because I knew I had
Alright.
about $120 of free play that I
Fifth.
had to use.
In a
He had to. You
Yeah.
understand?
no, you have to
You
use
had-
it.
had to.
Yeah.
God, I mean, you can't not stop and use
That's
free
right.
money. So what happened to the 170, the 60? That was
Oh, the 60. It was well.
it fell down in one of the machines?
No. Because like I said, we played, and then I had the 60, and it was probably now about
Had.
it was about 4:30 in the afternoon, and that was like we're done, and I'm like, all right, let's get some miles under, on the road. There was a Target right next door.
And then you
and
made some
there
weird
was
Target bets.
Pokemon inside there.
Oh my God!
Woo!
You connected.
You never walk into a store around here and just see it sitting on the shelf at 4:30 in the afternoon. So yes, that's where my other liquid cash went,
Okay.
and then started driving home. But that's what we do.
So do you sleep at all during that at all?
That's overrated.
I don't.
I've slept a lot since I've been home.
He sends me gives me a call. I get a call. I'm like, oh boy. You always want to take a call. If I make your phone ring, take the call. It's gonna be worth
yeah.
your day. And when Mark calls, it's gonna be worth the time. Oh man, I'm in a high speed chase. Oh man, I just saw a Haitian sold into human traffic. Like there's a story, and I want to hear that. So she la 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 she boom she la la she ba la la la. You get more for the younger ones. That's the rumor. Mark calls me and says, "Yo, I'm in Kansas. I'm in Kansas City. There's Pokemon here." I said, "Well, cool." And I was like, "Do you got it like that, or do you need me to shoot you money?" And he's like, "Yeah, why don't you shoot me some money?" I was like, "All right, man, I'm gonna do that."
Maybe.
Well, because it's for me. He had enough for him, but he wasn't trying to float $400 or $500.
More
And
buying two products at a time.
they had the good stuff. They had baseball that you can't find down here, and they're $50 a box, and they're 65. And you know how I get down.
So
I'm
you're
like,
saying
all
we
right,
gotta start taking road trips now? weekly.
25%. I'm looking to hit. I'm looking to stroke. So how many can you buy? And he's like, I'll get a couple. I was like, okay. And he gets all these tins, and he gets back home, and that was the trip. While he was gone, I think I told you last week and our listeners that their dog loves Mom. His wife is the one, and he likes Mark too. But you have one master. That dog pissed in front of the door every other day for me just to give me the middle finger, and then the last day pissed in front of my door. He's like, this is how I really feel about you. So they get home.
He's like, tomorrow's in your bed if they're not back.
Yeah. You wonder why I shut the door.
I'm moving that direction.
That dude is go right in there and find my favorite pair of shoes. And like, oh, he loves these. Let me go ahead. Okay. And so here we are, and scene. So that was the trip of MMFB in Kansas City. Just a casual.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Wow, it would have stressed me out.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I'm stressed listening to him.
Stresses
Ran out of
me living
money.
with it.
Made the money back, stopped somewhere else, ran out of the money again.
You don't even know how many times through the years
I
a
don't.
trip like that, literally, we'd be sitting here, there's a tournament in Alabama this weekend. You want to go? And it might be 9 o'clock at night. And they're like, yeah, let's go. Literally, pack up and let's go. Boom.
That's how he rolls. He's out. He's in his room 1 minute, and then in 10 minutes, he and his wife are gone, and they're gone for the whole day and the whole night. Like, I don't even see him. It's not, hey, man, I'll holler at you. Hey, take it easy. Peace, bitch. I'm out.
Come rolling in at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hot.
Where you been? Well,
Yeah,
somehow the Hard Rock got involved through some other things tonight.
On the way to Publix, somehow ended up at Hard Rock, 50 miles
It
away.
has happened,
That's it.
absolutely.
That's it.
In fact, that almost happened yesterday.
So we did a pokey deal. We sell to some Atlanta Braves pitchers.
Now we're sportsing it up.
There we go.
Transition.
We won't
segue.
name the pitchers, please, but
No names.
No names.
yeah.
They were
But
doing
as soon
some
as they
rehab.
showed up, it was like, I already could see it. I was like, oh, I know this guy is a ball player.
When we left, we had some other stuff to do, like getting thrown out of the first Dollar General, and we had some other things lined up in queue. So we go to meet up with this dude who drove 45 minutes to get 8 boxes. He wanted 4 boxes. Remember last week when you told me, man, you should sell cars, dude? You tell me often enough to not stroke an ego that would be there if it were to be there about how amazing I am at selling something.
You're
and
pretty
selling
good
the
at it.
sizzle. I like to sell the sizzle, and I'm a value guy.
He sold this guy yesterday. Woo!
He wanted 4 boxes, and I got it listed for 125. And he's like, "How about 120?" And I was like, "I paid 24 after tax, so sell him a 30 is a $5.50 deal, and I'm not getting out of my house or out of my car for 5. I appreciate it, but not for 4 boxes. If you buy more than that,
We can talk.
then I'll get it to you for 120 instead of the 125." And he's like, "Now for me, that's a $50 winner. But I don't want to get out for $20,
Right,
but
I
I'll do
know.
it for 50."
Right.
And he says, "Yeah, man, so let's do that." Cool. So I already have a buyer who's doubled his initial purchase. And I was like, "Well, you know, I sell a lot of this.
I
You
do
can s-
actually have more than
You
double.
can see my prices are really close to what you pay at the store. I'm doing a service and it's volume. Do you see anything else that you want before it's not there?" And he's like, "What else do you got?" Sold. And then, "Fish on, get the net." So I tell him he's looking for boosters and ETBs, the good stuff. And so I know Mark's inventory. Mark's out there mowing the lawn. And I'm
You're
in
like,
there
I do have a
hustling.
second supplier. Let me make some.
I was like, "All
phone
right, well, let me
calls."
see." And I was like, "Well, this is what we have. eBay has them at $85, $80. And he's like, "Well, I'd be at 75 on those." Now, Mark's got them listed at 240. And I tell him, "Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna hold them for 75. I pay 65 for them after tax. So for $10 to sell the most sought after package of a set, I'm gonna pass." So the value's there, the urgency is there. And he's like, "Okay, I'm leaving. It'll be 45 minutes." The next text in 1 minute, "Bring the ETBs too." Like, cool. So a $120 sale is now $480. And we shake hands. He gets out of the car. Mark and I leave, and you know, Mark's as big as I am. He's 6'2", 250 pounds, and like we're almost body doubles. So I was like, "Well," I said, "someone's going to see 2 linemen for the Tennessee Titans get out of the car, and that's going to be uncomfortable because I don't know who it is." And we roll up, and then this vehicle pulls up, and it's a young guy, and he's full size,
Yeah, fit.
and there's another guy with him in the
little
riding
bit bigger.
shotgun, a little bit bigger. And I was like, "Huh." So
And
I
he
get
comes
out,
rolling around the back.
and he comes rolling on the back of the SUV. I'm shaking hands.
They were
with
getting
the
ready to
dude.
rob you until they saw you
I kind
guys.
of did say, I was like, ooh, ooh,
I
ooh.
shake his hand. And I was like, "Wow, you brought yours too, huh?" I said, "My other lineman's in shotgun as well." And he smiled, and he ended up being a baseball player for the Braves. And so he drives up from where they play down there. That's all they do is just rip all the time. They just love to rip. So he drives 45 minutes up there. And I was like, "You're a pitcher and you play left field, and his buddy had to go inside to make change." And I was like, "He's a catcher and plays first base." He was a little more portly. He had a little, and he's like, "Actually, he's a pitcher too." And I was like, "Oh man, fair enough. I pitched when I was a kid too, and look at me." So
It happens.
don't tell them, you know. So they were good people, and we leave. They leave. Now we've got $500 in our pocket, and I look at Mark, and I was like,
Yep. I
And
said,
you-
let's go. Let's
and
go. Hard
he's
rock.
like,
I know I can be
"I'll
back
do
before
it."
my wife gets off work.
and normally, I mean, I wouldn't put it
guys.
past him, but with the climate after them just getting back, and with finances, I was like, "You are not going to go have a $500 heater without your wife being there today. You would on other days." He's like, "I'll do it." Yeah, I know you will.
I'll do it. Yeah. No one's questioning that. Yeah, that's.
If I were to offer you odds, if you were to offer me odds that he goes today,
It's not even worth the bet.
Well, when she got home, we were talking to her about it, and you could see the rage of like, and then I kind of teased a couple more times. Her last words were, "Don't tease me. I'll take a shower right now and we'll go."
she loves the casino.
I guess.
That's their thing. I like to throw tobacco in my mouth, sit in my Kellogg's Mini Wheats boxers and watch baseball, you know? I like to make a DraftKings team and then watch that. Everybody has something that they
We all like our stuff, but
Yeah, we get our bottles of tequila and go to the casino.
That's how he rolls. So that is flush on where we are today. I got a pokey deal as we're doing this show.
Real quick, also though, this morning with our little deal of in line, who's 3 people in front of us? The same Atlanta Braves pitcher that we dealt with yesterday is.
We roll in there an hour early to get in line. I'm like, oh my God, that looks like that dude. And Mark rolls up and is like, that is that guy. And he had the hat, and I was like, oh my God, that is him. I thought maybe that was
his black SUV.
We never said hi.
he pretended he didn't know who you guys
He
were.
pretended he didn't know us. We pretended we didn't know them. We weren't going to blow anybody up.
Yeah.
And he did the same thing, respect. But he drove an hour and a half with his buddy to buy 8 boxes that had 4 packs in each and 3 ETBs because he just wanted to rip. I'm not driving that far back, but that's me. But to each their own, right? That's some people drive. I got a guy driving from Northport up here right now, Bean, today for 5 tins. Why are you going to drive an hour and a half in both directions, spend $20 in gas, when you can just go buy those things at your local card shop, save the 2 hours of your time, save the $20 in the gas? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I don't get it. But it's not for me to get. Cool. I just got asked to leave a Dollar General because I didn't get it. No, man, you don't get it. Yeah, no, yeah, I got it. I got it. You just were happy that the door opened when you put the key in it today. You have no clue what you're doing. Way to go, Dollar General. Man, keep up the high bar.
Well, you guys are on a different level this morning.
Otani. We got baseball. We got a lot of something else this week.
You got to say how right I was about picking the World Series.
It's in my notes, brother.
Called
Bean
that in the
picked-
first round.
Bean picked he gets to hang his hat.
I do. I picked
On
Blue Jays,
something this year.
Dodgers.
Well done.
And you guys were like, yeah, that's Blue Jays are down 2-0. It's not
They
gonna.
were down 2-0.
3-1.
You want to bet on this one?
You got hummus? He's a hummus guy. So
I mean, you know.
Mark, you want to bet?
Yeah. You want? I got the Dodgers though. I'm taking the Dodgers.
Yeah, I could. I think I said at the end that the Dodgers would beat the Blue Jays.
They're,
He's-
I just don't see how. I can see them winning the game, and I think that's about it.
Well, they're going to be spent too. 7 games, and the Dodgers didn't they sweep?
They did.
Yeah, so they've had a week.
A week.
to hang around. That sometimes that's bad though. Sometimes that doesn't. I guess you're not really rusty in baseball when you've been playing for 8 months.
I mean, again, they have 4 number 1s to start these games. 4. Let alone what they can bring. They got number 2s to bring in for relieving. It's crazy.
So
And
you
then
think-
just let alone the way they can hit the ball.
So you think Dodgers in 5?
That's what I would say.
Murdoch?
yeah, the Dodgers are feeling it. To Mark's point, they're 3 Cy Young deep, and then
The greatest.
Yamamoto, Snell, and Glasnow, and then you know what we're gonna do today? We're just gonna stick this guy out there that throws lefty, and you know what? He hits a ball too.
Yeah,
so
the greatest player ever. Ever.
We have to discuss that game and how significant and substantial it was in the history books and short-term investing with the actual definition of investing. Otani, in the game that he pitches, they go Snell, they go Glasnow. And they're like, cool, man.
6 scoreless innings, 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs.
The greatest game
Ever.
to ever be played by a player in MLB history.
And he's so casual.
And when he did it, he was just waving like the Queen. He's just like, hey, guys. He's so humble and
He
so
is
modest. He
the
really
humblest
is.
player ever. Ever.
The greatest game. Do you know what would happen if Murdoch hit 3 home runs?
You'd be Al Bundy from back in the day.
I would be Kingpin. I would be McCracken.
Or just Mookie Betts. What if Mookie did that?
Oh my God. So he goes 3 for 3, 3 homers, 1 leaves the building.
Out of the park. Who does that anymore?
Over 6 innings and 10 strikeouts. His cards: Ohtani, Aaron Judge, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. There's certain players that the incline, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. You can buy any of these, Bean, and you fast forward a year, you fast forward a couple of years, and it's going to be worth more. It just is. Short of him coming out with gay porn or kitty stuff or something bad.
Right.
Unless he's Epstein, the card is just going to continue to climb. There's only a couple of them, and Ohtani's one of these players. So his PSA graded, you get a card graded, that's the holy grail. I mean, you get a raw card, you get a Sprite can, and there's a Sprite can, and it's worth $1. But if that is sealed and signed off by a Sprite
Yeah. Coca-Cola grading.
Coca-Cola grading, now that's worth $2.50 because no one's touched it. It's hermetically sealed and everything. So but you pay for that. But so that's what's sought after. People want that. They'll pay more to get the good stuff. Ohtani's rookies, they're worth $60. This card's worth $60. Graded, it's worth $150. The night that he hit the 3 home runs and struck out 10 and had the greatest baseball game ever, his cards went up almost 50% overnight, on top of the number that is already hardly obtainable. You got to come out of pocket deep for a rookie card. Now Mark's got 3 of these
course he
graded
does.
cards, and he paid $30 for one. It was sitting at $150 the night that he hits it. The next day, it's like $300. And then he's got another one that's graded. That's a 10, and that jumped. Now, when to sell it is the next thing to deliberate on. You know me. I like to sell while it's hot and have an exit strategy. And Mark's starting to come around to that. We all have our own way that we like to conduct business. He wants to hit it at the pinnacle, like the very tippity-toppity of the mountain.
You
He's
guys play it like stocks.
Well, that's what we were talking. And he's like, hey, man, you got to list that now. List it now to have it end on Monday.
Do it.
list it so when it ends,
And
the
I
World
don't-
Series is starting.
I don't disagree. My
Yeah,
one comeback was, let's see after game one.
I was gonna say, what if he
Let's
comes
see
out
game one.
and does
he
it
comes out and
again?
hits another home run or two.
Okay.
Boom, it's going to push more. And we're not exactly sure.
But is that game one or game two? Or is that game three?
We also don't really know exactly what game he is going to pitch. And that's what we want, or I want anyways, a listing to end
on the night that he pitches.
at like 9 o'clock in the evening or 10 o'clock in the evening,
Yep.
the night that he is pitching.
And he pitched game 3 last series. So if he were to
It should be
pitch,
Monday.
the Monday is game 3. So you have to list it and have it ending on the night that he pitches for the optimal dollar.
Right.
What happens, there's in the options, when you're trading options in the stock market,
Jesus.
there's something called time decay. So you buy Bean Enterprise, and I buy it at $6, and I have it going long at $8, and there's a month left. So I have a month for that thing to go from 6 to 8, for it to mature to the strike point, to the strike price. And the longer it takes to get there, and the more time that you spend of that month, your value goes down, because is it going to jump $2 in a week? It hasn't jumped $2 in 3 weeks. So now it's not worth what you paid for it 3 weeks ago. It's called time decay.
Right.
If Ohtani doesn't pitch, and if it were to go off on the left, if they sweep, what happens if they win 4-0?
What happens if for some reason they get swept because of God only knows because it's sports?
Only God knows. And when people are betting or bidding on this Otani card, right now they're in the moment because they're in Otani time. They're in the moment. It's an
Ohtani
experience. It's an event. When it's 3-0 in the series and it's time decay. Now the series is over. It's finality. It's going to happen. The interest of to purchase that card. Oh man, if I buy this card today, there's no more baseball. Like the ride's over. So you're gonna sell me on riding the roller coaster on the last loop? In the series, no, man. I need the whole thing. And so there's my concern. Sell it before the experience is over and they realize the season's over. Because you can buy that card again, Bean, in 2 months from today. You know what? We're gonna on Saturday when we do the show.
The one card that we're kind of just talking about, anyways, that I have. Again, I bought it a year and a half ago, for $30. Got it graded, and it's a 10. PSA, before they even sent it back to me, said that they would buy it from me for $160. I was like, no, send it back. It was, I think, 180 last week or something, looking at it. And then completed listings this last 2 or 3 days are 350, 370, even up to one was 400. So it doubled in a week. So that's, all right, I'm going to list it because what Murdoch was saying
I'm gonna list
is that card is not going to stay at that 3 something. It's going to drop back down. It might drop back down to 250, 200. I can rebuy it with my profits and still just take the difference. And that's what we're looking into to do.
Damn.
It's
okay.
not where you sell it, it's where you buy it. And you have to have an exit plan. You can't just wing it and hope for the best.
And those top-notch players that you mentioned, through all sports, you can do that as long as they're still currently playing. The ones that have retired, okay, you're not touching because they're going to maintain, and only the really numbered short prints. Those are the ones that are going to keep going up. The rest of them, they're going to maintain their value, maybe drop slightly, not much.
At some point, we are going to roll out a sports card show
Yeah, we need to.
and a Pokemon show. Now that we're live, we'll get some video, and we may even entertain doing a. I've already thought of the name. I
WhatsApp
have the
style?
logo being. It's called Humble Breaks,
Okay.
and the 100 sign.
Yeah.
The
One humble.
one instead of 100, it'll be one humble in the same font and the
I got ya.
same
Yeah.
colors. So one humble breaks. That'll be the company name, and then we can talk about stuff like this, and trips and benders and heaters and how Mark doesn't have a problem. We can have a good time while we rip product, and we get the good stuff. I'm not going to say that it's me. I saw a guy that looks like me this week
Yeah.
that bought 20 boxes from Costco of the Donruss oversized.
A guy looked like me tried to make it and did not make it on
Okay.
Sunday.
Well, man, and the guy who looks like me really does appreciate the efforts. He has other people, because, again, you don't just hope for the best. You have a
You
plan.
expect the best.
So 20 boxes at $60 a box after tax. That's how you spend. So I hear that's how you spend $1,500. That's how you can. So I watched a break last night, and you buy a team, $9.99 for the Saints, $9.99 for the Raiders, $79.99 for the Giants, $59.99 for the Cleveland, Sugar Sanders, Judkins, Dart, Skeetaboo. So you got these big pulls that come out of here, monster pulls. And you have the oversized card that's in this box too, which is worth no less. Mark and I looked at it. It was $37 a pack for the oversized pack on eBay. Just for the oversized pack.
Yeah, I got 4 of them, and I shredded them. I got 2 Patrick Mahomes. They're selling for $80 and $100
Yep.
on eBay.
Yep.
So that card alone,
As soon as we get done with our production here, it's right to the other short-term investing, and you have to sell while it's worth something.
because new products are going to be out in a month.
Yep. Don't hold anything.
You guys
Out,
are-
amount,
guys are
volume,
nuts.
and push product. So we do the show, and we're able to rip product, and the people that want those products, they get a humble discount for being humbleites and listening and watching our shows, and they're able to purchase the product right there. And everybody's familiar with Rip and Ships, so why not rip and ship listening to your favorite show? Talk about doing, mainlining casino heroin on a trip, 4 times before you think about so. Okay, man, just one more hit. All right, one more hit and we'll drive home. And I promise, it's only one more. Come on, baby. I know you wanted to. Oh, I don't. No, man, this is. Bradley Cooper is going to have to play one of our characters. He's weeping. He's broken.
I think you're pushing for Bradley Cooper to play you, the hair. And we got Jason
I would need to go
Alexander playing Mark.
on a weight loss program, or he could add some weight. We could find the median.
George Costanza right there.
Who would
Jason Alexander.
It would be Drumline Progressive State, not State Farm.
Oh,
Elder, no.
Allstate.
Bum.
Oh, Farmers.
Yeah. The bald dude.
I was gonna say you look the guy that looks like the guy that's always causing damage or whatever. That's
Mayhem.
Yeah, Mayhem. That he could play. He could play you.
Well, you got to find someone with Mark with his follically challenged physique. Mark's a handsome man. I'm secure in my masculinity. He's a good-looking fella. And some people like the Bruce Willis look. There's a chick out there that just woke up today and was like, "Oh man, I feel a little."
Bruce Willis.
I want my.
Bruce Willis with dementia could probably still handle the Mark role. Is that?
And then she sees him and says, "F yeah, that's my guy."
Jason Statham.
That's with an eating disorder.
Right. Like he'd have to
And-
really get into
and-
the role.
Fucking 8 pikeys.
That's funny. Jason Statham.
It is.
Bradley Cooper, Jason Statham are
Yeah.
Pokemon Scalpers.
The humble tour.
Oh my God. The humble scalpers.
Oh my gosh! So we need a video. We need a GoPro. We absolutely have to have that for getting in line, and for ripping. But for the meats that I have, it's going to be the good stuff.
I didn't realize today would be the backdoor pilot for the card show.
I'm only offering you opportunity, brother. You're the producer. You are the savant.
No,
You're
I'm-
the guy. I only offer you content. With my humility
I
and modesty.
appreciate that. I was going to say, we're going to have to end up merging him into the regular show, I think.
It's going to stand. This is what you want. We've talked about this for years and years. People ask for this. It's authentic. It's genuine. It's organic. It's not something that we scripted last night. Oh, let's talk about this today. Who gets to hear Dollar General, at 9:30 in the morning? That's strong. That's a nice way to start the
Every
show.
week, Murdoch's kind of like, maybe you want to just maybe look at the sports lines.
Yeah.
Maybe write down a couple notes. And I laugh and I'm like, really? Come on, man.
I'm
You don't
betting.
know how I roll.
I'm watching table tennis in my Hard Rock
Table
app.
Speaking of,
Son of a bitch went into my doorway last night at 11 o'clock and says, he comes in just like Kramer.
I kind of did. To
Yes,
be
you
honest,
did.
I really did.
He gets to the door and he bounces 3 times because his body stops and his weight kept going. So he pulls a Kramer at the door and he says, does Luka Doncic get 31 tonight? And I was like, get out. And I was like, yes, he gets 31. Get out.
He said, get out. He did.
He comes in out of nowhere. Comes in hot.
I did.
Luka
Jerry.
Luka
but
get 31? Get out. Yeah, he does. Get out.
I need to press the button on the phone.
And how many did he have last night, Mark?
43.
Jackpot. Mark's out there at 1 o'clock in the morning, pressing buttons on heaters again. I'm using a bathroom. He's still up with his readers up on his forehead. And I'm like, oh man, blood's everywhere. Every needle's been used. He's using needles again. He's reusing needles. It was wild, man.
Jesus.
That's what I live with. That's what I live with. So
That's-
thank you for that.
That was hour 1.
Stand by.
We're going to get into some actual
We got the baseball series.
sporties. You never gave me an answer to that. I asked you how many games, and then somehow we.
Then I had 2 pokey deals come through, and I'm like, all right, man.
It's like I'm wheeling and dealing.
I think Toronto wins 1. I think it's going to be 4-1.
You also 4-1?
I do. If I had to be different, then it'll be 4-2. Toronto wins at home with Bieber. I think Bieber gives them a win.
Or does Mad Max? Does he come out raging?
That was my favorite part of the week, short of hearing the Benders story of Mark and his voyage.
Because he is the one that could be the psycho out there and get the job done.
He's always been. Did you hear about Mad Max? Max Scherzer this week. He pitched in the game earlier in the week.
How did you
last
not
week.
hear this story?
Stand by. I need 30 seconds. Yeah, carry it, Mark. Tell him about it.
So, do you even know anything about how when he's on the mound through his whole career, and the manager will come out to the mound, he rages, and I mean rages.
Like, I'm not leaving the mound.
Yeah, get back in the
I'll
dugout.
tell you when I'm done.
Don't even come here. Don't come here. He's that way all the time. And so it happens. And in the post-game interview with the manager, he's breaking down how his off-season phone call went with Max, because he already knew about it. And he's talking about how this is going to be interesting this year, to see how this is going to go down, because eventually it's going to. So it goes down that way in the game. And he leaves him in, and he gets through the inning, pitches, whatever. So now he's still talking in the post-game interview about everything about him. And he's like, man, I walked out there. He has the 2 different color eyes, and he's staring through my soul as I'm walking out to. He goes, I thought I was going to die. He goes, I have to go out and talk to him. But you always heard, don't talk to him in the dugout. Don't touch him. You do nothing on game day to Max. And he's like, I'm walking out there, and he's like, this man is going to effing kill me walking out here. So the whole interview goes on, and they're like, okay, thank you. And Max is up next, and the camera pans off to the left, and the door opens. You can see people standing there. The manager walks out the door, turns. He goes, you fucking psycho, you're up next. He called him an effing psycho. Get up there and talk. It's on.
You have to watch the video.
It is crazy.
Max is known through his career
To be
he's fiery,
psychopath?
but he is.
On game day.
On the other days, it's Jekyll and Hyde. But really,
On game day, he is.
the other 4 days of the week, he laughs and clowns, gum on the hat, real funny, very engaging, super teammate. On the day that he pitches, you don't even look at him. It's known. And he's been pitching, 19 years in the league? He's been pitching for a long time, 17 years. So all of his teammates in every place that he's ever pitched know one thing. You don't make eye contact with Max on the pitching day, and you don't talk to him. You don't touch him. He loses his shit.
Like, even in between, even when he's
Correct.
on the bench and he's.
And you don't
leave
even
him
look at
alone.
Leave him alone. On his pitching day, you don't touch him. You don't look at him. You don't talk to him. You don't anything.
How do you get him out of the game then? Does
That's what I'm going to. So Bochy goes out there, and he's like a Hall of Fame coach. Boch goes out there to pull him, and he's like, F you, go back. No, I'm not coming out. He's just pulling a Charlie Sheen. He's like, no, dude, no, I'm not coming out. I'm not coming out. And this happens his whole career. He cusses and screams at the manager.
So he tries to throw a complete game every time he plays.
he feels that he's got the goods, and I'm better than whatever you're going to bring in here.
Yeah, this is my scenario. I got myself into
He's
this.
very
Get
competitive.
out of here.
He's an alpha, and he believes that he's the best on that night, and anything else is going to be secondary. So why put secondary in when I'm the man? So Schneider goes out to pull him, and he's walking out. He said that when we signed Max, I had him on the phone, and then I got to meet him because I wanted to see this dynamic in person. I wanted to feel it because you can feel it. It's like he pops his cooldown, and the air's different. The energy's wild. And Snyder said it was all that I had heard about, and then some. It was all true. The stories are true. The stories are true. And he had yet to see it himself because Max didn't pitch real well. He was injured for quite a bit of the year, and then he got in there and he gas canned it for the last month. So he's pitching well, and Johnny goes out there to get him. And as he's walking out, he gets over the chalk, and Max, you can see the video, is screaming, "Get the F back. Get the F back. No, get the F back." Coach gets out there, realizes they're on television, and it's a playoff game. This isn't just one of the games during the year. All right, kid, we'll get him next time. Max is screaming at him, Bean. F you, get out of here. When Snyder leaves, he turns because he's been beaten. He's like, all right, man, you win. Ernie Clement is playing third base, and he's laughing hysterically. It's in the frame. He's laughing.
Like in tears, laughing.
So he gets back to the dugout, and Max comes off the. Once he gets the next out, he comes off, and he's full hot. He's full hot. Bumps into the manager on purpose.
Walking into
the
the
old
dugout.
shoulder.
Yep.
Oh, he gives him the whole thing. And Max is 6.5 feet tall, so he gives him the business. He's sitting down, and he's still hot, full hot. Goes back out the next inning. Manager Skip comes out to get him, and he gives him the ball. And so it goes to the post game, the presser. And the manager's like, he's called Mad Max, and he's a maniac. He's a complete psychopath. And I went out there, and he looked at me with each of his eyes. He has 2 different color eyes. He said, and he just stared at me with both of them. And it was just me and him, and he like melted me. And I knew I was beaten. So I was like, man, this guy's crazy. And so he talks about how crazy Max is, and he's all right, thanks, guys. And he gets up from the presser, and he gets off the podium, and the doors open to the hallway. He goes, "It's your turn, you effing psycho." And here comes Max. So
now,
the manager,
and now Max is happy though. Now he's
cool.
Now he's like, "What are you
The
talking?"
game's over. He
He's the Hulk.
leaves his body.
He's the Hulk, and then he's back. Now he's Mark Ruffalo again.
Yep.
Now he's like,
That's
"Hey,
what it is. It's
what's up,
exactly
guys?
what it is.
What's
He's
up?
inconsolable. You can't even talk to the guy because he's full green. So that was that game.
So that's why I say they might be able to win that game. He goes out there and pitches.
Yeah, maybe.
Or he go out there and vomit on himself
4-2.
too. But
Yeah, I was gonna say 4-2.
I'll still say 4-1. I think the Dodgers are on a heater. You want to come in
so
playing
is Junior
hot.
though. Vladdy is.
Woo! He's feeling. You got to pitch around him. Pitch
Gotcha.
around him. You got to pitch around him. And then the little fella. When the whole playoff thing started, when that started being, we talked about how there's a player on the team that makes a run. There's a player on the team that usually isn't any good that goes on a heater for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mark Lemke. I brought that up. Dan Ugla. I bring up Mark Lemke, who batted .225 his whole career, and the playoffs happen, and Bobby's like, "Ready?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he bats .640 for the series, and you can't pitch to him, and he's a no-name. And
Well, that's how you make your living, though.
Vladdy is no-name
Because now you'll get to play. Even if you suck all season, they
Right.
know
right
someone will make a trade for you. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, yeah, that's
because he did it once before. He's got it in him.
yeah.
Giggity. He could do it again.
Giggity.
So this year it's Vlad's on a heater, but it's Ernie Clement. I've put that name out there before. He's super cheap in daily. I don't know if he is anymore, but he's just been stroking. You can't pitch to him. You can't pitch him. He's on base all the time, and he's just been stroke. Ernie Clement. There's my gift to to the listeners today, when you make your lineup, Ernie Clement's going to be cheap. It's about Ernie Clement. And Teoscar Hernandez can go SS4 anytime he wants to. He walks around so cash. It's like, oh, man, this flower's nice. Oh, I'm not fighting today. And then full Saiyan. I guess I haven't watched all of the DBZ. I'm 50. I grew up with it. So I watched the original stuff before it got trendy and hipster. Don't get me started. That bothers me. I don't like that
it's popular.
I had things that were cool before they were cool. I'm like, get off my lawn. Like, that's mine, you know? But what are you doing wearing it? All right, but I got to get past that. Oh, no, I don't. F them. Get your own show. You can have One Piece. All right, you can have that. You get that. And your Demon Slayers. Enjoy that. Demon Hunters. Anything demon. That's my gift to you. Keep that. It was my DBZ.
It's no DBZ.
SS1 was a big deal. It took 2 shows to get a spirit bomb out with his Kamehameha. That's how it used to be. It was 2 episodes. Will Goku showed off the spirit bomb?
Next time on
Will
Dragon Ball Z.
I'll buy you lunch today, Mark. If you can name me one character from the Dragon Ball Z universe whose name is not Vegeta and Goku, I will buy lunch and dessert.
Oh, can I play?
What?
Well, he already knows. I've never watched the show once, so I don't know. I don't even know the 2 names that you said. I've never watched it once.
We need to talk about the show, Bean, afterwards. We need to talk about.
Sit down. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some.
Never
stuff to
watched
talk.
it once.
But Goku's now, I saw him wearing an outfit that was given to him by an angel.
I haven't watched Dragon Ball Super
And
through, so I don't know.
He's like Ultra Instinct. His eyes are white, and it goes past any. It went past.
A problem with a show like that is when every threat is the new most powerful threat ever. You eventually
all
that
of
ladder.
All of the gods.
Yeah.
He murks everybody.
Right.
All of the gods. He murks the whole lineup, and then all of the gods' souls and their entities. They didn't really die. They all fused together to make a super mega god from all of the 12 gods.
Right.
That
It's just
he
the same
murked.
over and over. I love Dragon Ball, but I mean, like, eventually you have to
At some point,
push the brakes. You gotta
push the brakes. And so that's where I'm at. Like it used to be SS1, SS2. That was huge. Oh my God. His hair got longer. Oh my God. And now they have tails again, and his eyes went from blue to a.
Then they did Daima, where they made them all
magenta.
kids. It's
So I haven't. I guess I just let that go. I experienced my
Dragon
DBZ.
Ball to Dragon Ball Z is perfection from beginning to end. There,
Frieza was my guy.
that was a good story arc.
So that's where.
You know who's not my guy? Tua.
I was just gonna say, Tua.
You need to kick some knowledge about your Dolphins.
I don't
We're
know.
gonna get into football now.
Let's get into football. Sunday was.
We did have our. Mark was only here in spirit,
He was.
so we picked the Steelers for him.
That's why they
out of
lost,
principle.
right?
That's right. Jay and I both took Kansas City as our.
Yeah, we had
Red
Woody in
Bucks.
here who wanted to tell us how bad the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game would be because both the quarterbacks were geezers and expect the score to be 10-6.
He did. Did he pick the over in that game or the under in that game?
We were telling him to go over, and he said I was insane because it's two
Which game did he
40-plus-year-old
say to go?
quarterbacks.
Oh, it was the week before, maybe.
It might have been, yeah. But he was trash-talking Rodgers, and he was making fun of Joe so hard. And Joe heard him and came out and said, how about?
That's how he gets down. That was the icy hot bowl. That's what they called that.
Yeah, the Icy Hot Bowl.
That's strong.
Good
And now
game.
this week we have to play Green Bay.
Oof.
How do you feel about that game, Mark?
Not good. I don't feel good about the team.
Sunday. We were right about the Rams destroyed Jacksonville. That was pretty much Chicago beat New Orleans. That New England-Tennessee game for the first quarter did exactly what I told you. I said they're going to get up for a bit because of the new coach. They
For
were
a
winning.
second,
They
I
were
looked
winning
good
going into
out
the second
there.
quarter.
And then Mike brought to me out of the team my worst nightmare.
And then
One
Mike
loss,
said no,
That's
no.
all it took. He hit me in my ribs
Kansas
and
City,
the
can we say they're
inside
back?
shook. They're back. That bet at 6.5 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. We talked about that last
Yeah,
week.
before the game, that's what I'm saying. And then they came out and
Yeah.
goose-egged,
I wonder what that is now. What one game does to
Yeah.
change odds?
especially when it's a game like that.
You're going to lose a game in college, especially. You will lose a game that you're not supposed to. You will win a game that you shouldn't have. It just happens.
Yeah, pretty much, everybody.
And sometimes Penn State, you lose a lot of them. And then you get involved in a dogfight. You're a 30-point favorite, and you're like, oh my God, we're tied in the fourth quarter. Yikes, we're a 32-point favorite. You get tested.
That's
it's
the
a
name of the
look-ahead
Florida
game.
Gators last 5 years.
There you go. We got to segue into that because that's your people, and finally they did what you said they were going to do, what we all thought they were going to do,
Finally.
and they got a new guy that's calling plays. But
So were you asking what the odds for
yeah,
Kansas
what is
City?
Kansas City now? They were 6.5 to 1.
They're number one at plus 500.
So it went from 6.5 to 1 to 5 to 1 with one win.
One win.
And your Steelers were 30 to 1. What are they now?
Yeah, we were like, they're going to win.
5,000.
They're 50 to 1. They were 30 to 1.
Well, we said that would be the safe bet to the division because everybody else in that division looks like garbage. And now all of a sudden,
50 to 1?
Cincinnati with Flacco looks
Is there
Okay.
a universe that Cincinnati comes back and wins that division? I mean, they're
anymore.
They're 500.
It's getting. I mean,
They just beat you know who.
yeah. Pittsburgh has no defense.
By
It
the way,
doesn't matter if
Baltimore
Rodgers is putting.
is 22.50.
They're 22.5 to 1. They think Lamar Lamar at some point has
They
to
have
come
no
back.
defense anyways.
Sorry, what? The Ravens?
Yeah.
They're
the
1 in
Ravens.
6, or whatever.
Right.
Public perception and the fact that the guy that had one of the worst Wonderlic scores. Oh man, go back and listen to the years and years of our shows.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Yeah. He would. Yeah.
He's physically gifted. Lamar Jackson can play football.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that his decision making and his intellect would allow him to play the quarterback position. At some point, you running around like a deer, and he can. He stops on a dime, gives change. The guy can move around. The defense finally breaks down because no one can catch him. It's flag football with him back there.
Yeah.
You can't get your hands
You
on the
can't
guy.
cover a receiver for
So
30
eventually
seconds. Yeah.
something gives. He throws the ball down the field. He missed half the passes wide open. And then he finally dials that in a little bit last year. He hits the barn door a little bit more. But the decision making, he's not a real bright guy. His Wonderlic score, Vince Young,
It was like 6 or something.
it was 36.
Okay.
His IQ was like 81. That's the equivalent. Okay, well, I'll ask you this. I will propose this. No shade on Lamar Jackson. He's his own agent because that makes sense to a guy that can't even put words together right.
Yeah, but he saves that 10%.
To give up 20% to save 10 because that makes sense to me. So that dude had a Wonderlic score of 13. It was 13.
13. Okay.
Vince Young was 6. Ryan Fitzgerald scored a 48 out of 50 and finished in 11 minutes.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Ryan Fitzgerald, Fitzmagic?
Yeah.
Oh, Fitzpatrick.
He went to
Fitzpatrick, not Fitzgerald.
yeah.
Fitzpatrick.
He went to Yale, right?
He went to Harvard.
Harvard, yeah.
In fact, he threw balls to the other kid that went to Harvard, the tight end at tennis at Tampa before Otten, the white guy. Gosh, oh, that's gonna irk me. Damn it! No, because I'm talking, I can't think about it. I'm gonna come back to that. Blackberries and rice. So he's a Harvard guy. His IQ equates to 161. And you hear Ryan talk, and he's a
He
Harvard
seemed,
dude.
and then he rips his shirt off randomly and while
He's
he's
a nut.
talking. He's a little
He's
off
got a
still.
little McAfee in him.
Yeah, he's He's
That-
got some things going on.
He's a smart McAfee.
Some nice. Some of the games that New York should have beat Denver. How insane was that game? 33 points in the fourth quarter. It's never been done before in the NFL. Getting goose egged in 3 quarters and then putting up 33.
And it's crazy too with
The Giants
the
kicker.
Giants defensive line allowing that. It's that I don't understand.
Well, if the Giants kicker doesn't miss
That true.
the extra
true.
points, then which
And-
they released, by the way.
And you know what's funny too is what was it 6 years ago? I think it was. They were talking about getting rid of the extra point. Now it's like everybody misses the extra point.
Yeah, when they pushed it back, that was
Yeah.
that was the win. I just think it's funny that you're gonna hang your defense allowing 33 points on your kicker because of the extra point thing. Now you're right. Should he have hit it? Yes, but the kicker didn't allow 33 points to be scored in 1 quarter. That's Brian Daboll's the worst.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I get the kicker. You don't cut a quarterback because he throws 2 interceptions. So how do you cut a kicker? That's like, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like
33 points in the fourth quarter.
that's the problem. The kicker should have been able to be afforded to miss a kick.
A 19-point lead with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And then a 10-point lead with 5 minutes to go. And you lose the game. Holy shit.
It's not good.
Jackson and Cam, they look like the future. you
No,
know?
he looks all right. Jack
they
Miller
they
is all
do
right.
they. If you're a Giants fan, you are super excited.
You
Buddy
just want
mine is, and he's
He's hyped.
He
You
is.
gotta
you
be
want the
hyped.
coach gone though. Like you can't anymore.
But he's the one that drafted Jax. That's his guy. He gets to.
Then he
put
needs
his
to go
hat
be a
on that every
scout
night.
somewhere. You know what I mean? Because
It's the defense. Well, the defense guy will be the next to go.
I just don't think he makes it.
But that
after
front
the
four is
season.
really good too. Super nasty. Man, you got the kid from Oregon. You got the kid. You got Carter. No, that line is filthy.
I picked the Giants. You kind of were like, all right, and I felt real good when I looked at the score going into the fourth quarter. And that was
Getting the points was a good call with the Giants last week. And going forward, take the Giants with the points, man.
Yeah, they're scoring some
What
points.
they are now, Mark? 7.5. I buy it to 9.5, and they could lose by 10.5. You know, you just buy the points minus 160, and they could lose by 10, and I still get paid. That's a sexy bet. But man,
yeah,
the way
seven,
that defense,
7.5 this week at Philly.
We talked. Speaking of Philly, we talked about that, and we said they're either going to
get huge,
get it going or the wheels are going to officially fall off. And all of a sudden, they threw the ball.
Yeah, like we should throw the ball.
That's crazy. Yeah, what's
And AJ's
happening?
like, oh my god, really? Devonta has a career day.
183 yards receiving. Hurts threw for 326. Oh man,
Yeah, he
they,
had a perfect passing rating.
they
That
can
was
actually.
in his bag. His
Like, why aren't
the
they
whole
doing
year.
that?
Why aren't you doing that?
It's
What are you doing?
it's insane.
Fix something.
It's even the same scenario. Some of these teams do that in the first half, and then the second half they quit playing the way they were playing, and they were curb stomping teams. What the hell?
We got a game on Thursday. Mark and Bean, I want you both to give me the AFC, the NFC. I want the disappointment of the year so far, and I want the surprise of the year so far. So
Oh, the surprise I think without a question is the Colts at
Okay.
6-1.
I think that's
and they just
I agree with you.
smoked the, like I said too on Saturday's show, they smoked the Chargers. Herbert put up 400 plus yards in garbage time.
Now a third of the way into the season, you're at the 1/3 poll. Who's hot garbage? And
Jets.
The Jets, the Dolphins, the Titans.
you get to pick one.
Oh, Jets are the worst team.
The Jets, the
The
most
Jets
disappointing.
They're
I think they're the
And,
most
by
disappointing.
the way, did you see that they threw Justin Fields right under the bus?
oh the owner.
I know they're blaming 100%. No matter what, they are losing.
He said
because
something
of
to the
Justin
effect
Fields.
of it's hard to blame the coach when you have that kind of quarterback.
Here nor there. Is Justin Fields out there on defense stopping all these teams scoring points? No. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the Jets are the Jets though.
Negative
you know?
10 passing yards.
Right?
I mean,
He wasn't that bad anywhere
Josh
else
Reynolds
he's played
and,
though.
And Aaron Lazard, you got you got people to throw to. I mean, there's still players.
He's regressed that bad though. He wasn't great in Chicago or Pittsburgh, but oh my God, he wasn't like that bad.
You have a good running back. You have two good running backs, and you have an all-pro caliber wide receiver, and you can't get out of your own, 20 every week.
Yeah.
Every week. And so it constricts around his neck more and more, the pressure.
They're saying Brees Hall's probably getting moved this week.
If you're going to blow it up, I think you keep Garrett because they just paid him. But Brees, they got Allen. They got Brandon Allen.
Yeah, Brees is in a contract year too, so you might as well.
So, hey, man, get lost.
Thanks. You're crushing it, but we're 0-7, so appreciate that.
Yeah. Good luck at your next stop. I really appreciate all that you did for us. I speak corporate. That's the template. I really want to thank you for all that you've done for us. If I can give you a letter of recommendation, I'd be happy to. I wish you well in your future endeavors. And you shake their hand. You stand up and you shake their hand. And that's their cue to get them out of your office.
Goodbye.
Take it easy.
So
I hear. I've never said that.
The NFC is so much better than the AFC this year that it's disgusting. There's like a half game separating from the first to the 9th seeds in the NFC.
Who's the biggest disappointment in the NFC?
In the NFC?
I would have liked to have said the Cowboys because they were a dumpster fire.
They're turning it around, though.
They're turning it around. My team looks like shiz. You guys really try to get me to.
Oh, you guys can't stay healthy. That's the problem. You guys
biggest
can't.
disappointment probably Minnesota.
Because of injuries, but yeah, that's fair. I expected them to be better. I did not expect them to win with JJ.
I would say Houston might be the biggest. That was their division to
turned
lose.
that
Well, that's AFC.
Oh.
Nico got hurt. He's got concussion.
Oh yeah, it was AFC. Yeah, my bad.
But
you were saying
they are disappointing, but not worse than the Jets. Not worse than the Jets.
Now,
I think the Saints are bad.
Yeah, but I think we all knew that, though, right? That was one of the few teams everyone's like, this team's not gonna. People were projecting the Jets to win the division.
Who did you expect to be the worst? If it wasn't
Probably
the
the Saints.
Okay.
You know what? I thought maybe the Giants also. Really.
Yeah, I didn't think the Giants would do much either. I didn't think.
They still haven't. They only got 2 wins.
But in 2 weeks, the Giants. The Giants look better. The Cowboys look better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the Cowboys all of a sudden look like if
Dak
if their defense wants to start playing and shutting people down, that team will.
We're going to finish fourth in our division.
That team will run the table.
Oh, Dak looked ridiculous this week. He looked good.
He looks the part.
He looked good. I am not. You know I don't like the Cowboys, but man, holy crap!
And that's why I drafted him on every money team that I have.
He's making throws.
Receipts, man. Those are just the facts.
I was super disappointed Monday night game. We said Baker was at that point the MVP.
It was so sloppy of a game. Period.
I think we got a
bad. I think a lot of bad referee calls. Not on
this
both
whole
sides.
weekend.
Both sides.
This whole weekend with the refs was.
It was just so strange, sloppy, bad calls. Baker, and then of course losing some of the players, but he's been playing that way. It's just
yeah. I don't know how. I don't know how some of the officiating happens. I know what you're talking about. I watched almost that entire Tampa-Detroit game, and it didn't feel like a 24-9 game. It felt way closer, way more competitive. It was really weird. That was like a really weird game.
It was, and I actually had a dart league going at the same time, so I was kind of watching, playing and paying attention. But I was texting with Murdoch back and forth, and I was like, this game is so sloppy. If they played the same game tomorrow, even with the injuries, it could be the Bucks 100% just dominate.
It could be. Something about Detroit, though. They've got I don't know. I think it's back to them being the best team in football as it bounce around. I had the Bucks last week because,
Sure.
Who's going to – no one has been as consistent as Detroit, I feel like, for the entire season.
Probably for the last, actually, 2 years maybe. Other than Philly maybe probably was.
Yeah. Detroit's injured as hell, too.
Yeah,
which I don't know how they keep.
That destroyed last
That's
year.
happening this year again. They lost a couple people on Monday. They're throwing like people from the street in at
Right.
cornerback.
But
man,
and that's just it with you're talking about the Bucks too, and watching Mike go down, which is really sad because
yeah, that was bad.
You're already in talks with Jerry Rice, who's
He's going to break the record.
greatest.
He was going to break the record.
he definitely would
He was
have,
gonna break the
most
record.
likely.
I think they would.
I think they would have made sure
They would have made. That's what I'm
saying.
saying. He would have got it.
And so it's sad to see that go down that way. Hopefully, hey, maybe he can be a fast healer. I mean, granted, he's not going to get the record, but be able to still show up maybe the last couple weeks of the season or into the playoffs.
What's the collarbone? 6 weeks, if you're lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I broke my collarbone when I was a kid, and I tell you what, whew,
Oh yeah, look at this.
I mean, yeah.
I'm all screwed up from a motorcycle accident. That took so long to heal.
And because you can't move, you can't. It's hard to breathe. Oh, it was nasty. But the Bucks have so much depth, so much at wide receiver. Now you got the other young rookie, Tez Johnson, yelling every time at the MVP. He's like, "Hey, they're calling me MVP."
Yeah, we talked about
And then when he had that touchdown score. And again, I was texting Murdoch. I was like, "Oh my God, it's going to get worse." I could just hear everything going MVP.
They'll start doing it to be.
Oh, that's what
funny.
we both said that. I bet you that's what's going to be the new thing when he starts catching balls.
His
or scoring.
nickname will be MVP or something stupid.
Right. So I mean, good for that young kid. I mean, sometimes just that extra attention or hype, can do a little bit more spark in your career.
It's crazy though. The Bucks were 5-1. Now that they're 5-2, and they are only one game up on the Panthers. The Panthers were dead in the water, and they are 4-3. Every team. Here's this a crazy stat. Every team in the NFC South is a negative point differential.
Right.
The Bucks are 5-2, and they have a negative point differential.
Yeah.
So what is that? You know what I mean? How good are they? The Lions are plus 64. Nobody is in the 60s besides them.
Right.
In the NFC, and only the Kansas City Chiefs are plus 62 at 4-3. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God, the Colts are plus 92.
Yes.
Holy shit. That might be the best team in football.
It really could be because their defense is pretty strong, also, and obviously they've got arguably one of the best running backs, and Jones, he manages the game, and what he does with his own feet also,
he doesn't mess up. He doesn't turn the ball over.
He's managing the game.
He went from I can't not turn the ball over to I can't turn the ball over.
Right. But, the other team, too, is the New England Patriots. They're quietly, everyone keeps saying Buffalo.
No. Right now, Buffalo looks to be in trouble compared to, this was the year for Miami not to take off.
Correct. And actually, I
And it
feel,
hurts.
again, you've talked about it like, oh, Daniel's got to go. You know what? I don't think he needs to go. Especially the head coach.
Oh, I love Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go.
And
I think it's Tua.
if you're making this QB change right now, regardless, you have to give a 3-week period for him because the coach, obviously, he's the one that did, again, the drafting and got him in there.
No, I say
You also don't have the receiving core that you thought you were going to have, but you got to leave the young kid go out there and just see what he can do.
I think as far as that goes for Miami, I think there was some serious talk in the offseason saying that we're not going to be that good. And there's why that the owner and no one seems to care because they already knew that it was going to be more of a rebuild in the start of a rebuild.
But that's where the problem is already. It's the upper office.
Oh, it's the GM. Chris Kerr has to go.
That's the
Chris
problem.
Kerr has to go. No playoff wins in 25 years.
Yeah.
How do you
keep a job?
I would say, Murdoch, you used to be a super retail guy. Can you imagine running a retail thing and getting 0 sales in 25 years?
Nah, baby. No, I don't
Say,
work for
you're
free.
making sales during a different thing. You're doing a show and you're making sales.
Yeah,
so
where's
that's
our commission.
It's
We
in the
got to
mail.
carry your weight. That was heavy.
I appreciate you looking out.
who do you think the best team in the league is right now?
In football,
Yeah.
Kansas City.
See, we were just talking. I think it might actually be the Colts.
The AFC.
The Colts
Boy,
are
I
plus
would've
94 in
loved
point
to put
differential.
$1 on that dude. I hate to miss opportunities. We talked about Mark and I talked about because we buy before the season starts in any sport. You have to buy
Yeah.
ahead of time. You can't react to something. You have to be in front of it. And we're like, who could be the sleeper?
Who's the surprise? Yeah.
You got to find. And at the beginning of when the camps broke, Richardson was still the quarterback, and Danny Dimes was a backup.
Which is crazy because I think at that point they would have taken anyone they could have to
It's
get
a reclamation
Richardson. Not
project. This guy played pretty well. He had some spots, and Anthony's an a-hole, and so they were prepared to go to war with him and win and lose, but they didn't expect what they got.
no way.
No. But we were just talking about it too. It's like he manages the game well. He's not making mistakes. He can. First of all, they got arguably probably the best running back on the team. Let alone he has legs to be able to move.
Because
And
I have
extend
to use
plays.
both hands to get my boy Johnny Taylor in my mouth because I chief on him so much. That's my boy. I've told you 10 times where he went to school. He went to running back U. Where did he go to school, Mark?
Yeah, I don't know.
God bless.
Oklahoma.
No. He went to Wisconsin. That dude was a baller
Damn, that one I knew.
in college. You watch a guy play, Jackson Dart. You watch him play in college, and he's got swag, and he's calling people
Yeah.
the N-word, and that's him, man. Dude. But he owns
Most of
it.
the time, you can see the college players that are going to be
It's
successful.
bravado, and he had the goods. He delivered.
And
With
at the
the
same
goods.
time, we can sit back here sometimes and saying, what in the hell is this team drafting certain players there just because, he was the Heisman Trophy winner or, he was that. That talent does not transfer into
Not always.
the NFL.
Johnny Taylor is my favorite running back in a minute since Steven Jackson. I was
See,
a
I
huge-
like Derrick Henry, but
he's a lot of fun to watch, too. His whole career.
yeah.
Where did he go to school?
I was just going to say the same thing to you.
Well, I know.
I mean,
He's like, that's
okay,
not-
okay. You know how he always knows? He always
Oh.
knows. How was yesterday? I think he
Uh-oh.
was 0 for 3 right in a row.
I was 0 for 2, and then
Oh.
I felt bad, and I had to redeem myself.
He was even doubling down.
It was Luke Farrell, the backup tight end. And I was like, oh.
Who?
He went to, yeah, right? I was
Exactly.
like, he went to Ohio State. No, he went to Oklahoma. Texas Tech,
He was
Oklahoma.
right first, but then
I'm kicking it around,
He
and I
was
was
making
like,
you feel
I
better,
think it was
Mark.
Oklahoma. And he's like, no, you're right the first time. I was like, sweet. Because Luke Farrell, because that's
and
a
then I
name
don't
that
know who the next one was, but you named off like 4 schools.
It was the 2 was before Luke, and I missed. It was, who was it?
I don't know, but I was like, how come
was
this isn't
somebody.
on the show right now? Why, Mr. Know-It-All?
Well,
I'm looking at the Colts though, their schedule and what they've done. They
Michael Pittman, where you go to school?
I don't know.
USC. Okay, all right. So, Bean, thank you.
I don't know if the Chargers lose again, or the Chargers. I don't know if the Colts lose again. They got the Titans this week. You can
With Johnny running the ball
pencil
like
that in for a win.
that it just takes so much pressure. He's MVP, man.
Well, somebody was talking about this, I heard last night. Granted, their division is not good. So, and I have not paid attention of who they really have played.
No, they're
have
not.
they actually had to, say, play the Kansas City or, Denver,
They have
that
played-
division at all?
No, but they have played. Yeah, okay.
Okay, you're looking at the schedule.
Right, but like the only loss was to the Rams, which, if it
Again?
wasn't for the goofy ass dropping the ball
You
before
talking
the
about
goal
Indy?
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look who to play devil's advocate. It's the Raiders.
There you go.
It's who else was it? Cleveland.
They have beaten the Dolphins, the Broncos, the Titans, the Raiders.
Stop. Say that again for me.
The Dolphins, the Broncos.
Stop. They played the Dolphins. They beat the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that train wreck on the year.
Mm-hmm.
Then they beat Tennessee, the juggernaut.
The Broncos, though.
Oh,
Okay. See, in week 2.
In week 2, when we thought they were going to be, and we were like, when we saw that game too, we were like, ooh, maybe Denver's not going to be
They
that.
didn't look good. Denver didn't look good. They're still not right, but they're
again,
better than they were in week 2.
that's that scenario.
But they beat Denver. Fair enough. They beat a legitimate team week 2 in
It
Denver.
took a last-second touchdown from the Rams
Like
to
I
beat
said, let's
them.
play that
the
on
Rams
another
are
day.
one of the best teams in the league.
The Rams are good. Denver's good. We can say Tennessee is not. We can say Oakland or the Vegas is not. And we can say that Miami is not.
Right.
So 3 of those wins of their 5.
But they're winning impressively, at least, in those games. They're beating the Chargers by 14. They beat the Raiders by 34.
Okay.
You know, they beat the Titans by 21. So they're
Kansas
they're
City
smoking the crappy teams.
They are.
Yeah, Kansas City won by 31, so they beat the Raiders worse than Kansas City beat the Raiders. So
1 week, go figure. Jacksonville beats Kansas City on some bullshit, by the way. But they beat Kansas City, and then they get stomped by the Rams without Puka? What? So 1 week is weird. Go figure.
Yeah, it
the
doesn't
good
make-
teams will be resilient.
that's what I say. It doesn't make the season, but the fact that they're 6-1 with a loss that they did to themselves, they didn't get beat.
And
They beat themselves in that
they
game.
would tell you and everybody else, it doesn't matter that those other teams suck. We won. Scoreboard. Next game.
Right.
Next
Right,
game.
like they're going to make the
Next
playoffs
game
to win their
survivor
division.
advance.
and then they make the playoffs, and
Then they
now-
get beat by
now
13.
They get beat by 30.
I
But
don't
you
know,
believe
man.
in yourself, and there's a little value to that. Man, why not us?
They're
you know?
going to
But Indy
probably,
does have a defense.
if the season goes away, they'll probably get the number 1 seed.
If they fast forwarded like it,
They're
is
like 2
now,
games up right now anyway.
Yeah, they get a bye. That team gets a bye
If they get a bye, then yes, I could see them losing to like a Kansas City in the second week of the playoffs.
as long as you get in. There's always a team that does better than what they should have. The Giants with Eli Manning, $100 bet is a $10,000 winner if you take a $1,000 bet turned into a $10,000 if you would bet them on the money line straight through the Super Bowl.
Who scares you though in the AFC? But beside you got the Chiefs, but then you got New England who's ahead of Buffalo right now. Buffalo does not look like Buffalo. Then you
At
got
the-
Denver who they've already beaten. Pittsburgh.
The 1/3 mark at the 1/3 quarter, the 1/3 poll.
We're almost halfway now. Yeah.
The 6 games in? Are we 6 games in?
7.
Seven
in.
games in. So at 7 games in, yeah, you're getting close to half. You're over a third.
That's what I'm saying.
Indy's
Like
schedule
everybody
is,
behind them, they've
Soft.
they have Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Atlanta. Then they have their bye week.
They
Then
could be
go-
9-1.
Then they go at Kansas City,
there could be a loss.
and then they come back home, play Houston.
That's a win.
Does Houston start getting right or not? Who knows? That's a team that can go either way.
I think they're
It can go
yeah,
either
they're
way.
they're cooked this season though.
Then they go at Jacksonville. Then they're gonna-
Confidence
then they-
confidence to me is there's a lot of value. I'm a confident guy. And people do better. Mark, you've thrown darts for so long, and you go up to the board and you're afraid that you're not going to hit the double.
You're not going to hit it.
You're not going to hit it.
Absolutely.
You go up there like you already know. You look back and blow kisses
Absolutely.
at everybody, and it's
You call your shot and turn around and do
center,
it. You still
center.
might miss.
You
but
know what this season reminds me of for them though? A couple years ago when the Titans were the number 1 seed, but they lost in the first game because they were beating everybody who they should beat. You know what I'm talking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no one realistically thought they had a shot. That's that this feels a
If
lot.
the defense can continue to be confident, and they are playing well, and Johnny Taylor can continue to keep all of the pressure off of Danny, that's his best friend. Johnny's-
their last 5 games, though.
They look legit, don't they?
He's on pace for over 4,000 yards.
Doesn't look
Indiana
bad, dude.
Jones,
He's going insane. But
So,
their last.
That's my surprise of the entire league.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
Nobody's-
6-1. Danny looks like Steve Young.
Yeah.
It's
and
gross. Yeah.
Great.
That's who that.
Yes.
That's who that is.
He looks just like him.
Looks just like him. Running with confidence.
Yes.
Throwing with confidence. Good man.
Is he a lefty?
He is not.
Okay.
Where did he go to school?
Oh, Christ.
Duke.
See, I knew that. I was going to tell you.
Yeah, you did.
Thanks for answering.
My gift to you.
But
Okay.
like I was saying though, with their last 5 games, they got to go to Jacksonville. Their division, it's still
Jacksonville's a
division
mess,
games.
though.
You would think, But again, does Jacksonville do what they do to Kansas City?
Paper Tigers.
You know,
That
They
was
stole that
beginning of the
game.
year stuff. I think Lawrence is on the way out, and that whole thing's imploding.
That could
I
break.
agree,
That
but they're-
breaks in
but they
2
go-
weeks. It's broken.
they go to Jacksonville, then they got to go to Seattle,
broken. Like
And-
Miami broken. in
and then
2
they
weeks.
come back home for San Francisco.
Okay, it does get a
So,
little.
You know, all of a sudden, just say, even in their own minds, what happens if they do lose to Jacksonville? All right, if they don't, but Seattle and San Francisco could be easily losses, and then they got to come back home again for Jacksonville, and then at Houston. To
You
end.
asked who my
It's-
surprise was in the NFC, and I think it's going to be the Seattle Seahawks. I did not see them.
Everybody
playing-
said Darnold was a 1-year wonder, and
he learned something from Kevin in Minnesota. I think
Carson
He's-
Wentz
he-
looks okay.
he's a quarterback whisperer. Josh
Clearly.
Dobbs. And everybody that goes that Kevin touches turns into an
If
all-pro.
if Carson Wentz is looking like a okay quarterback, you're something.
You see him making those jukes. We watched that game on Sunday and was laughing out loud because he's a grandpa and he's going out there and he's putting one foot in the. He's planting one and juking right like he's a white Barry Sanders. I'm like, dude, look at this guy, and people are falling for it. They're like, holy shit, this old white dude is actually putting moves out there, and Carson was looking pretty good, man. Good for you, Carson, with your big old nose.
Yeah, you know you're a decent coach when that team is still 500. Because
Smoke and mirrors.
they have no business being 500.
What happens with JJ? Why do you think he isn't
keeps,
back yet?
Oh, because he's still hurt. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. You can't lose your job to an injury. Is that still the rumor?
Nah, not in today's game.
Rico Dowdle,
Yeah,
Chuba,
not in
and
today's
Mac
game.
Jones and Purdy. We talked about that being when Mark was gone.
Yeah.
What about? Yeah. What
Well,
about JJ and Carson?
Oh, I want to know who ultimately made that decision. Was it the coach that didn't want Darnold? Because of the GM that
Is
drafted
it the
that?
Dikembe Mutombo injury? You're hurt. I'm hurt.
Because
You're hurt, Dikembe. I'm hurt.
man, watching last year in the Vikings and how much they all seemed to love each other, like coach and Darnold, and everyone was happy, and it's like they
They had a tough decision to make. There was
they
a,
made it like
there
it
was
wasn't even a tough
divided-
division.
Know this: there was a conference table somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to
With
know. Was it the
shirts and
coach or the
ties.
GM that was pulling those strings? Because
Who got to pull rank?
Yeah.
Who pulled out their D and put it on the table and says, "I actually get to make this choice."
Because if it was a GM, then I could see I could see him not surviving while he survives. Because
That's my guy.
Yeah.
I drafted JJ. That's my choice. That's my guy. Sam, you got to go.
'Kay.
Sam had a good deal. Sam was getting paid a ton of money. And he was a reclamation project and was stroking. And he had everybody on the team on the same page.
they could. It's like they wanted him to have that bad game in the playoffs so they could justify not paying
well,
him.
they got it. And
you
then
s-
someone pulled rank and said, we're keeping JJ and Sam's going to go.
Do you see when Justin Jefferson's on the sideline, he looks like pissed. Like, what the going on here?
Yeah. Because
Like,
he's,
I don't want to be here.
he's barely serviceable
I don't want to be here.
Because he had a guy that could throw the ball to him, and now he doesn't. And then when that kid comes back in, he's got Carson out there doing his best. Carson was serviceable. Carson had a couple of good years in him with Philly, but that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, that was.
So we were just reading the notes, being you and I, about it's been 10 years, well, 8 years, I think, since we wrote those notes about Pennsylvania and about Carson this and Carson that. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, it's been.
It was relevant 8 years ago. So he's thrown the ball to Justin. Justin is used to catching, having 15 targets a game. And now when JJ comes back, those targets are in section 318. They're skipping off the ground
yeah,
like
it's
Brad
not,
Johnson.
It's not good.
And he's pissed, Mark.
You
Wouldn't
know-
you be?
Well, also, remember, we always talk about, too, granted, who is really their starting QB, who really gets that gel. But, Carson Wentz in there, and Addison's back, and Addison is just ball,
Yep.
ball. Every ball's thrown to him.
I think they move him. They could move him. They've got a lot there, but I don't see them really
When is the trade deadline?
next week. I think.
Yeah,
So-
it's
so this
after.
Is the last full week. With
No, it's after next week's game, like on Wednesday, or after
Okay.
this week's game on. So like after,
So a week from today.
I believe so. Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
So-
you're right. It is in the middle. I think
Yeah.
it's
it's after.
maybe
yeah,
Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah. It's before the Thursday game, so it would
Yep.
be Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'm excited to see who gets moved. I love trades, and somebody needs something.
Yeah, I pulled up real quick here. I pulled up on ESPN the 25 most likely players to move. I'll run through some of these, see if you
Yeah,
agree.
run through them.
Trey Hendrickson.
Okay.
Even though Cincinnati's now not as bad as they were a few weeks ago.
Whoa.
When you need something really bad, Mark is a general contractor, and I need my tub fixed, right? So he's like, well, you need that, and I got it, and I'm the only one that's got it. So I overpay for that on a Saturday night at 10 o'clock.
Right.
Someone really needs an end.
The Cowboys.
New England, Cowboys. You could pick your favorite team, but now
Pittsburgh.
you get them. You're going to give up something for it, but it may not be a ton.
That's why I'm like, the Bengals are a game and a half out, and no one believes in the Steelers because we've looked up their Vegas odds. So, I mean, do you make that move with the chance on the
move
outside
him.
still?
You move him.
You move him anyway?
You move him.
Even with the coach not, that's what I'm saying. I feel like there could be a lot of blowing up going on. So do you trust your current regime to make that move?
He's not going to be the difference in your defense being good or bad.
Yeah, no, they're just bad. You're right.
So one guy out of 11.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good, but
Normally, well, it has changed more recent, but usually bigger name players don't move in football.
In the last couple years, though, it seems to have shifted a little bit.
we'll see this. We'll see this year.
Number 2 on their list is Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, he's going to get.
I don't.
Coming to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the
Hey,
teams
we,
that are.
we already do. We have the history of the trading with the team already.
I mean, it would make sense.
Going to go back. Hey, appreciate Janu, but
That's who we really wanted.
how do you feel about Jade?
Brees Hall, which we talked about, is on there. What is it? Rick Woolen from the Seahawks, the cornerback. Reich
Yeah,
Rick.
Woolen.
Woolen, yeah. He was a rumor earlier, a couple weeks ago I talked to you about that they were trying to move him to Miami to get Achane with some draft picks, which you were like, that doesn't make
Yeah, no, they need him back there, and they don't need a running back. That one blows my mind up
Yeah.
out of all the ones. That defense is good. Seattle's defense is good, and you always need depth. So, and he starts.
But you're going to put H.N. already on a team that has.
That's what I
That's
said.
what Murdo said. I think he goes to somewhere like Detroit, who's hemorrhaging cornerbacks right now. They're getting people from
They need the
7-Eleven.
defense.
Yeah. Jacoby Myers from the Raiders.
I think he gets moved 100% moved.
Steelers are allegedly interested in him.
He'd
I
fit
hope
there.
not.
No, I love that guy
I-
for you. He puts his head down.
I
He's
know.
He's a company man. He just, Abe, I just want to go play.
He
I
has
just wanna
42
play.
targets already this season, despite missing a game. So
Because Gino is so bad. That's the most disappointing player in the league for me this year.
Gino?
Absolutely.
Gino Smith.
Yeah.
Yes, hands down.
he seemed a few years ago to turn the corner when he went up to Seattle.
Accuracy rating was super high in Seattle.
And he
feeling
followed
good.
Pete Carroll to it doesn't it's weird.
Jigba Smith.
How's he
Tyler
keeping his
Lockett,
job anyways?
DK Metcalf. Oh, by the way, you have Kenneth Walker as well.
Devontae Adams retired or wanted to leave. I mean, it's like nobody wants to throw him the ball.
What else is on your list?
Mark Andrews from Baltimore, tight
Uh-huh.
end.
I could see that too. Likely comes back. You can get rid of Mark.
I could see that.
Your
but
team's on
I
fire anyway.
I still think he's kind of a fan favorite. It's like, he's
He has 21 catches, 174 yards, and 2 touchdowns this season. Then you got the Saints receiver. I'm gonna probably butcher his name.
Olave or
Olave.
Shaheed.
Olave.
either one.
Both those guys might be on the move.
Even
The
or
Steelers are the
Kamara.
team that are on every one of the receiver lists.
Absolutely.
So,
And New England probably.
do they
I
have
could see New
Okay.
England picking up a wideout.
He was New England was on one of the receivers.
Mhm.
Number 8, Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins.
Yeah. Chubb also on that list.
Chubb's not, but they're saying like both of them have trade rumors circulating, but Phillips is a little younger. So, and again, the Lions are showing up on pretty much every defensive list. Taylor from the Saints, the cornerback, Alante Taylor.
New England. New Orleans will put everything on discount. They're selling
Yeah,
everything.
they have to sell, really.
everything. everything, and then go get a franchise quarterback, and use their draft capital to get some, get some offense to go with it, and your defense. They need an overhaul.
New Orleans and
That's just sketch. New
and
Orleans.
Jets. Those two need to just get rid of everybody.
The Jets have Sauce. The Jets have Garrett.
Yeah,
and
the
then
Jets are on this list with like 8 people.
That's a sketch. Everything else.
Russell Wilson is on here with rumors of Vegas. Which
He would be better than
He would be
Geno.
better. And he
And
would be
that's
better
not
there.
saying
He would be
much.
better there. Get out of New York. Get that New York limelight for so many
As
players.
old as he is, and with his skill set now, he needs some established quality at the skilled positions to help him. He
Agreed.
can't make a guy look good anymore. They're going to make him look good. And the trash that's on the Raiders roster,
Yeah, I'm glad teams like the Raiders exist because they're worse than the Dolphins. There's only a few teams that are, and they are one
at
of
least
them.
you have some talent on the team. You're just not winning the games.
Right.
But you have talent on the team.
No, they're devoid. They have.
Point at somebody on Oakland that's not named Brock Bowers.
That's not even playing right now.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Max
Yeah, so
Crosby.
this-
Max is good. Yeah, I'll give it to Max.
So it'll be interesting this next week to see if anybody really gets moved. Any desperation heaves.
What's this? Did we finalize who our picks were going to be for Thursday's game?
No, let's pull that up. What is it? Minnesota.
Let's shake hands on that. Let's
Minnesota Chargers.
We talked about our baseball pick. Mark, who did you say? What was the series going to be?
4-1 Dodgers.
Okay.
I said 4-2 Dodgers. Yeah.
Yeah,
I still.
I'll go with 4-2 as well.
I had a little inkling that you never know. It could go.
4-2.
It could go 7
That's
games.
a good number. It's probably even money, but I digress. So
The
game-
Chargers have lost 3 of their last 4 games, and they should have lost to the Dolphins. So they're, and Minnesota's just not good. So this is not an easy.
Minnesota could go out there and it's the NFL. No freaking logic. Go figure. One team looks great one week and they look horrible the next week.
I mean, this is one of those games. It's like you have to choose a game. You have to.
Yeah.
So I'm going with home.
The Chargers are
Chargers
favored by
win.
3.5. Over
I'll
and under
take
is
the
44.5.
Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers.
If it was in Minnesota, I would take Minnesota. I'm taking Chargers just
Yeah,
because
I'll take the
they're home.
Chargers just because I don't believe in Carson Wentz.
They need Vidal has played okay with Omarion being out. That's strong.
I
All
do like Rondé Gatson II from his dad played for the Dolphins and was one of my favorite
That's my
receivers.
boy. Who did I put that on a month ago with tight ends? I put Gatson on, maybe it was my daily. I was like, yo, check this guy out, man. And he's just a target whore now.
How he didn't get drafted by Miami? He went to school in Miami.
His daddy
His
played
dad
there,
played for the Dolphins.
and they
He
whiff.
he didn't get taken until like the 5th round, end of the 5th round, and we have no tight end. You had to call me at the beginning of the season and be like, "Hey, they're getting Darren Waller." We have nobody in the tight end room. Why would you not draft? Sad. So
Well,
I guess
that's what I got for you.
we're all Chargers tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
We are. Let's close with a shout out and applause as I
Uh-oh.
stand and clap my hands for the Florida State Seminoles.
Oh, we got to jump for a couple minutes of college. They look
Coming
like the
back.
same Seminoles that look like they're garbage.
Stanford.
They're garbage.
Stanford. And the end of that game was bananas. Bananas. 4th and whatever. Defensive. There was a Hail Mary by the backup quarterback for Florida State. Defensive holding. They get the ball on the goal line with no time left on the clock. And they score. They tie the game. They do an option play that would make Nebraska proud. He flicks it to the back. The back dives to the line. He's met by 2 guys. He's pushed by one of his own guys. And the nose of the ball is hugging the front of that white line. and the plays finally stopped, and they say that it's no touchdown. Everybody drive home safe. Stanford, a monster dog with their backup quarterback.
Remember when you guys were all like Florida State beat Alabama, and they're gonna be
I remember when Florida State beat Alabama,
yeah
and then I remember when they scored 70 against St.
Eastern
Bonaventure.
Eastern Texas.
and,
Then they scored 66 against Kent State.
Yeah.
And then the wheels came.
And then they
off.
played Virginia in Virginia, and they got beat.
by
Yeah.
And then Miami beat them.
And then Miami beat them.
And Pitt beat 'em.
Oh, wow. And
And Stanford beat them.
stomp, 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 stomp. Oh, no, we suck again. There was a lot of upsets.
How are they ranked so high to start this
Oh, look,
season?
tell me that. You
hate-
tell me that they weren't ranked so high. It's the fact that they beat Alabama.
But they
who
were
was-
ranked. It was like a
They weren't ranked at the beginning of the year.
yeah, no, I think they were. I think when they faced Alabama, they were. It was a
I don't believe they were. I would argue that. I would say that I'm willing to put a hummus out there.
I think they were ranked.
Okay, you'll find out
gonna
soon.
look.
But then because they went from nothing to 15th ranked after they beat Alabama, they jumped like 8. I don't believe they were ranked, and then they were 15th in the country because they beat Alabama. Then they got bang, they were there, and then they were 12th after beating those other trash and the other teams that were ranked. They slide down. I don't know. There's a lot of the next couple of weeks, the teams that Michigan, the Blue Bloods, they're going to come back after having a loss. Ole Miss.
You're right. Florida
LSU.
State was in the got some vote. Others receiving votes.
Right. So I'm not an I told you so guy being. It's uniformity here with us. So who's going to make the playoffs? And Florida State they beat Alabama and they looked good. Public opinion. And it's overhyped or undersold, and people just bought too much of that. Because they sure looked fun when they were scoring 12 touchdowns against those hack teams.
East Texas A&M.
Jeez, some crow. Well, they got handled by Stanford with backup players in every position. Way to go, Norvell. Way to go.
Yeah. All right, so we back Saturday live. You gonna do?
We got one other thing tonight.
Oh.
What do you got, Mark?
We have the NBA Cooper Flag tonight.
Basketball.
Cooper Flags going against Wemby tonight.
Is it plural? Does he have a twin brother?
You guys had a new team, the Cooper Flags. I don't even know.
Come on now.
I'm just asking. You said a name the other day, and I thought you were having a stroke.
Yeah. When I speak, it's that way.
I was going to call for medical help. Being he's I don't even remember the name. There were, and I wasn't recording. God bless. It was
It was
Rich.
me. You would have been.
Yeah.
He has other recordings.
I do. I do.
Always watching.
I took one the other day, and then I was like, I won't do it. You were deep in slumber, so I grabbed a carrot and put it through my pants because I'm an adult.
Yeah. Humbly speaking.
And he's snoring away, Bean, and I put this carrot through my pants, and I get as close to his face as I can, and then I try to get the phone up and going.
You should have did it with a hot dog. That'd have been hysterical.
Already done it. That's why I didn't use a hot dog.
Already did it. Sausage.
Already.
Nice big meaty
It
sausage.
was, I was like, oh no, that's happened before. So I just grabbed the carrot. I think I was looking for a sausage, but everything was frozen.
That's
and
even
Mark was
funnier.
just cutting logs, so I get real close. And
Lay the hot dog on the cheek.
The carrot wasn't really cool. It didn't look as cool as I was hoping for, so I burned it. I was like, all right.
Cucumber maybe.
I got one of those. I ate salads. Rumor has it.
So San Antonio and Dallas.
Does Coop get his points?
He wants his gambling.
He's going to
Advice
come.
from you.
Kramer
Well,
is going to come to the door again tonight.
Flags at Cooper 16.5. Does he get 17 points?
What about his double-double?
You're just egging him on. Hey, why don't you parlay that into a?
Hey, I got a clean needle for you. Hold on.
Where was it? I did see something about a double-double
Yeah,
in here.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I'm back.
I had 6.
All right, Cooper to have a double-double,
Oh, Cooper's double. Tell me while I
plus
touch
575.
it. Oh, do it. Oh, man.
Wembe's minus 260.
So you do both of those.
I had
Wembe's a double-double.
I had
machine.
$6.24 left in my Hard Rock thing. I put $1.24 on the Bucks, so that was a waste of money on Monday.
The Bucks are going through it right now. Every team has some struggles during the year. Not everybody's going to look like.
We were talking when
a
you stepped
million
out.
dollars.
When you're out talking about MVP.
That and the fact that poor Mike Evans, man, he was going to break Jerry Rice's record.
Question for the room:
Yes.
if Mike's not there, and Tez has adopted Shepard's old role, and now he's like a part of the offense. Fair enough. That he's a part of. He gets 60% of the snaps. He's playing football. Tez Johnson was a no-name because of Mbuke and because of Godwin and because of Mike. He just can't get on the field.
Now
So
he's starting to get noticed. He's starting to get publicized. The MVP chance. So does
Can
that
you go
play
buy
into,
his cards?
Does that play into his role? His flamboyance, because he is flamboyant.
He's got a personality.
Yes, he
is there a university? Is there a scenario that you could see? You fast forward a month,
from right now, and it is
and
the
he's
two rookies out there running the show.
so a Tez Auto right now for $20 is worth what in a month if Tampa gets back on track and Tez becomes
it's
that.
a $200. It's $200.
You know what I'm doing when I get home? I'm gonna have to take this.
Stop running my prices up.
Yeah, that's right.
Stay off my picks.
I got this pokey deal. I'm running hustle deals, pokey deals, mid recording, mid shoot. I'm doing deals in a parking lot. To take that deal, take that dope money, and to put it into Tez Johnson today. Is that what that's
Let's
what
do
I'm
it.
doing?
Well, we already know what we're doing this afternoon anyways.
All right. Yeah, we're listing like champs. Getting liquid.
The business is going to take off flying today.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot of stuff to sell.
You guys should get really into it and start bringing like a Pokemon deck and then play people for discounts. Be like, I'll tell you what, you beat me right now, I'll knock $5 off the 10. And if you lose though, the price goes up $20.
Yeah, you beat you go head to head against Mark on every game on the board, and so everybody that listens, they make their picks, and we document that. And anybody who beats Mark against the spread,
Against the spread, I was going
Against
to
the
say.
spread.
what's the spread? Everybody that beats Mark against the spread gets
Or do we do it,
25% off, or gets a
or do
pack
we
of
do it
cards.
against my wife's picks?
She's been hot all year until
My
last week.
wife.
Last week she
It was
stumbled.
the pie in the face.
I
She's
gotta
still up
meet
there.
Mark's wife. All these stories. I gotta put a visual in my head of all these
I'll
stories.
give you a
Because right
visual.
now it's just like Mark with a wig on.
I will give you a visual.
It isn't.
I know, and you're always like, it's not, but it's like that's how I picture Mark and Mark with long hair. Like he cloned himself.
Finished second at the state arm wrestling championship. She braids his back hair.
I'll show a picture of Brock Lesnar's daughter. That poor girl.
That's Brock with long hair.
poor girl.
The Rock's daughter looks very similar too.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we're gonna.
I guess with that we need
we're
to get
gonna
the
wrap
hell
it up
outta here.
before we say
I'm gay.
stupid stuff. See you guys on Saturday.
Go back to my van down by the river.